guys, it's Cindy, the Resale Remedy. How is everyone? It's awful bright in my room. You can see it's awful bright. If you hear something, it's probably the rooster. He's right outside of the window here, and he has been roostering. He's laying down on the ground and just roostering. I'm like, okay, go ahead, rooster away. All right, this is my midweek show, and this actually, guys, I want to go ahead and talk to you about a few things real quick. I'm going to do away with 2 shows a week. I started to do away with my YouTube shows altogether. I lost a couple of subscribers, went down, and I was in one of those feeling sorry for myself kind of moods. I feel like I'm not helping anybody, and I got out of it a little bit because I love doing this. I love talking to you guys and bringing you stuff that I find and stuff that I do, but I just don't feel like I'm helping the way you need to be helped. And um, another thing is, a lot of you guys are looking at the larger resellers, the ones that are actually making a lot of money a month, and they're giving you more valuable information than I am. This to me was just a learning tool, so you and I could walk together through the process of learning eBay and helping to fix those holes in our budget. Hence the name Resale Remedy. I was hoping that together that the remedy part we can both work on. I was hoping for more feedback and everything, and it just didn't work out that way. But I want to keep doing at least a once a week show, and at least until school starts. And if things pick up, maybe I can go back into two shows a week if you guys want. But I'm going to go ahead and try this and stick with it and see where it goes from there. But okay, title of my show is eBay, the backstory. So I'm going to give you a little history lesson on why I do what I do and how this has helped me. A back history on me is a lot of you know that I owned a pet store. In 2007, I opened a pet store in Savannah, Georgia, and I opened a pet store, and we were in business to 2011. November 2011, we closed our doors due to it was mainly that the income went down, everybody was tight with their budgets, and animal stuff and things like that. I was a full line pet store. I had puppies, I had kittens, I had rabbits and snakes, and I had a huge reptile room. I had anything you wanted to. We had a huge mouse and rat section, hamsters. Oh, we had it all, and birds. And but anyway, the economy it went south. And as the economy went south, I went south with it. It was hard for a small business to stay afloat when the economy is tanking. So my mom and pop's old-fashioned pet store, we closed the doors in November of 2011. I went back to work at an air conditioning company and a secretary, and we still were having a hard time getting ends to meet because the pet store was really sustaining a good portion of our lifestyle. So needless to say, shortly after that, we lost our home in 2013, and we moved up to the country. We bought a dilapidated mobile home and 5 acres of land, and the mobile home was already on the land. So we decided to remodel it, fix it up, and we were living a lot cheaper, a lot more inexpensive. I went to work on a horse farm up in this area, and we only moved 40 miles outside of Savannah, Georgia. So we're still near Savannah. My husband still works in Savannah and has for like, I don't know, gosh, forever, 30-something years. But anyway, we've got this property, and I worked at a horse farm, but in 2016, I had a really bad fall, and it sprained the whole right side of my body and both my feet. So anyway, I couldn't work anymore on the farm. the horse farm. So, and we have kind of a hobby farm ourselves. So anyway, I started looking for something to do at home to try to help my husband with our income deficit. And I kept Googling stay-at-home mom jobs. I went on the internet. I was doing all kinds of things. I was taking surveys. I was saving money with coupons on groceries. I downloaded Ibotta app, a Walmart app, savings catcher from Walmart. I was doing everything to save money because we did not have my extra income from the horse farm coming in any longer. So I was trying to do, and somehow or another I stumbled upon reselling. Within stumbling upon reselling, I started looking at it and reviewing everything. And I think the first one I came along was Nicole Stade. And she really inspired me. And from that point, I started looking at other resellers that were doing stuff. And I looked at the ones that were lower end, like I am. And they were doing well as well. Now, did I have dreams of making $10,000 a month? Yes, I did. I was all pumped up. I thought, oh my gosh, if this works, you know. So I didn't have money for reselling, so I had so much stuff left over from the pet store days and just stuff that we have accumulated that it was just laying everywhere. It was in closets and in sheds. It was just everywhere. So I started gathering up all this stuff and putting it online. And I started making sales. And then from that point on, I really got hooked. I started really looking into what to do, how to do it right, what the mistakes I was making. And thanks to a lot of people on YouTube like myself, I was able to figure out how to do a lot of stuff. And I'm still figuring out how to do a lot of stuff. But to make a long story short, I guess reality hit at my 1 year mark because everything that I heard that these resellers were doing, oh, I made $50,000 in my first year. I was working just as hard as anybody else, I thought, and I didn't make $50,000, I didn't make $50,000 in 1 year. I think I showed you guys my 1 year mark. I think I barely cleared 2,000 for the year or something. And so I started researching a little bit. And what I found out, and I've told you guys and shared this with you guys, is these people, I call them my friends, on YouTube and that are resellers. They sell on multiple platforms. Okay, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. Okay, not only that is normally they have, if they're clothing sellers like I am, they have a lot of listings. I mean, they have anywhere from 1,000 to 7,000 listings if they're clothing sellers. Okay. Now that's going to give them a steady income, and plus they're cross-posting or either posting separately over to Poshmark and McCarty and is it McCarty? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and they're Amazon sellers. So, I mean, they've got things way out there. So yes, their income level for the month is going to be a lot higher than me, or for the year, a lot higher than me, because they're accumulating all these sales from other platforms. Okay, that was a light bulb moment. So I'm thinking, I started cross-posting. I started listing certain items on Poshmark, and I've been doing Etsy for years. So I had Etsy, I have Poshmark, and I have eBay. So I'm trying not to cross-post anymore. I'm trying to keep my eBay and my Poshmark different items. So I'm picking and choosing now. So I was cross-posting my good stuff, but I've got enough items now to where I can separate it. And so I can do that. So that's where I am now, guys. So my point is, if you're thinking about doing this business and making $10,000 a month, for one thing, if you're like me and you're a one-woman show, it's not going to happen. I mean, if it does happen for you, you better have some high dollar items and you better bust your butt. Work full time. It won't work part time. Another thing is, if you're trying to make a full-time income out of this, you just got to keep pecking at it. You really do. You just got to keep going, keep pecking at it. And it will happen. I mean, it has happened for a lot of people. Another thing is, you don't have employees. If you don't have employees, somebody that's going to take pictures for you, somebody that's going to help you post, somebody's going to help you thrift, it's almost virtually impossible for one person to do it all. And that's my opinion, okay? Because I've come to find out it is virtually impossible for one person to do it all. Now, I'm briefly going to tell you what my day is like. And I think I'm good, and I'm going to consider myself, I've wrestled with this for a while, I'm going to consider myself part-time because of my days. And this is what my day consists of. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, get my husband off to work. I make his lunch, I make his breakfast, and then he's out the door by 6:20. I sit down for a little bit and drink my coffee, and I love crime drama shows, you know, true life stuff, you know, ID kind of stuff. I love those. So it gives me a few minutes, 30 minutes. I sit there and relax for 30 minutes, drink my coffee, go in for a second cup if I've got time, and at 7 o'clock I throw on my shorts and get out there and go feed. And I feed all the animals. So I'm back in by 8 o'clock, and I'm cleaning up the house a little bit, trying to get, you know, everything straightened up a little bit. My dog's all fed, the inside animals fed, and getting that stuff done. By about 8:30, quarter to 9, I'm jumping in the shower, I'm getting dressed, and getting ready for my day. Okay, after that, I sit down, I throw something in my face to eat, because I take medication, which is blood pressure medication, you know, and I have to take that. And so by that time, we're getting closer to 10 o'clock. That's when I go and start taking my photographs. I take my photographs, and I've got myself down to where I'm taking around 10, 15 photographs in the morning. And then I'm done doing that, and by about 11:15, I go ahead and get everything set up and go ahead and get ready to start listing. So I get a couple listings done, and my daughter's home right now, so then she's up ready for lunch and breakfast and everything like that, or whatever, brunch. And she's one, so I make her something to eat, get her situated, and then I'm back to listing again. Now this goes on to about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock comes, I finish cleaning the house, getting everything done, the garbage taken out, everything on, and the food prepped for the afternoon feeding. Because in the afternoons is when I feed my tortoises, and so I have to get their food prepped. There's a lot of food that goes into feeding those two tortoises. They're huge, so. And of course Goliath, Squirtle, he's out there too now, so he gets a little bit. He don't get as much as the big guys do. So I do that. And then I'm back in the house after, fix that. I go out to feed them at 4 o'clock, 4:30, depending. Sometimes I have to, lately I've been having to scooch out there earlier before the storms hit in the afternoon. So I got there and feed them. I'm back in the house because I have a lot of afternoon stuff to do in the field at night, in the evening. And all the water buckets have to be cleaned. Everything has to be done. So then I'm back in 5:30. So back in the house at 5:30. And I'm not listing, I'm not doing anything for eBay. I got to start dinner. So I got to get dinner started. My husband comes in around 6, around 6, and then we eat around 6:37. And if we have any other projects, like lately, it's been a mess this week. Our septic has been, we thought we had a clog inside the house, and it ended up being a septic, so we had to uncap. I was on YouTube looking at how to do all this stuff, so I didn't have to pay $300 to $500 to get a plumber out here. So we finally we put Vaseline on our Vicks on our nose, and we opened it up. We dug it up and opened up the holding bin, and there it was. We had a clog right there in our septic line. Unclogged that. So enough of that. It's all fixed now. But that was a project, so our dinner got held off a little bit last night. We didn't eat till around 7:30 or so. So, and then we sit and watch some TV. And let me tell you guys, by the time 9 o'clock hits, I am dead. I am dead. I love watching Wade Venture's show at night, and I love being part of his live community, but I can hardly stay awake. And so that is my typical day. So I'm going to consider myself a part-time eBay. And I do Poshmark every other day and eBay. So, and then on Fridays, it's a total wash. I usually have to go get my mom's groceries Thursday or Friday, and that takes half the day. I may get a couple of listings done when I get home, but that's about it. But I got a full schedule. But, you know, after all that, guys, I still have dreams too. And I still want to be up there. I still want to make the income that I see everyone else making it. And I still try, but I'm a one-woman show. I'm going to read you something real quick that I've been carrying around in my wallet with me since I was about 17 years old. And you can see it's in a little plastic thing, but it's kind of tarnished. I cut this out of a Reader's Digest. And I've carried this around me for so long. And I believe in this. I really do believe in this. And, you know, I failed at the pet store. And it hurt. And I failed at a lot of other things in my life. And a 19-year marriage that I don't think I failed in that marriage. I believe the marriage failed me. I'm not going to go into circumstances, but I believe the marriage failed me. But I've tried other things in my life to try to make. I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and I've always tried to come up with stuff, but I keep failing. I keep failing, and I keep failing. And there is, somebody's trying to send me something. There is a saying, and let me read you the saying first, and I'm not going to read you what is in my wallet. But there is a saying, and I keep this one dear to me as well. I heard this one a few years ago, and it really helped. This saying really helped me. And you may have heard it, but it says, failure is not the opposite of success. And failure isn't. Failure is not the opposite of success, but failure is a part of it. And to succeed in life and to make whatever it is, your dreams come true, anything, you're going to have to fail to get there. And I do believe in that. I do believe in it, but a while back I didn't. I took my failures to heart. I took them seriously. I'm one of the most upbeat people and the most forthright people you'll ever meet. I really am. But when, you know, stuff hits me, I take it personal. I take it really personal. And I'm like, what did I do? You know? And I think a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people feel like, well, what did I do to deserve this? I'm a good person. I got a good heart. I mean, guys, I am not like a super Christian or anything like that, but I don't do drugs, never done drugs in my whole entire life. I don't smoke. I don't cuss. I don't cuss. I don't have bad language in my vocabulary. I really don't. Like I said, I'm not a super Christian or anything like that. I'm not a Satan worshiper either, but I'm not, you know. And I drink my wine. I love my wine, but I don't overindulge, but I drink my wine. And occasionally a cocktail if I'm out, of course, you know, something for fun. But I took it personal. When I'd fail at something or somebody throw hate back at me, I took it personal. I really did. And I just, you know, I got to learn to just stop taking it so personal. It's just like I was going to stop doing this. I was going to stop showing you guys what I picked out or what I sold or what's going on with my hobby farm or stuff like that. You know, I was going to stop. But then I talked myself out of it. I said, okay, I'm going to quit doing 2 shows a week and just go down to 1. And let's see where this goes. So I'm hoping this is not too stupid and too sappy for you guys to hear, but I want to give you my backstory. I want to just put it out there, what I've been feeling lately and everything. Okay, on with this. I'm going to read you something that has been in my pocketbook since I was about 17 years old. And maybe a little sooner, but it was right around 17 that I can remember this. And let me read it to you, because I can't like remember every word, but I want to read it to you word by word. It's called The Battle of Life. Dear Lord, in the battle that goes on through life, I ask but a field that is fair, a chance that is equal with all in the strife, and a courage and strive to dare. And if I should win, let it be by the code, with my faith, my honor held high. But if I should lose, let me stand by the road, and let me cheer as that winter goes by. Now, guys, that is how I feel about the success of every other reseller out there that is making this happen. You know, I cheer them on. I congratulate them for their success. They found that niche. They found that groove. And I'm going to get there one day. It may take me a little longer or a lot longer because I am a one-woman show. I don't have help. Even, you know, with my house and my hobby farm and everything, I do it all. My husband works a lot. He's heating and air conditioning. And right now, you know, I'm lucky he doesn't get a hotel in Savannah and stay there. He works so much. And if you got any heat and air conditioning questions you want him to answer, send them to me. He'll be happy to answer them. He's just as happy to help people as I am. But I just wanted to put this out there, my little backstory, and wanted to let you guys know that I was seriously thinking about quitting YouTube. And if you really think I need to quit and just get off of here altogether if I'm annoying you, just tell me. I mean, I'll go away, but I don't want to. But I hope that I do eventually help somebody, and with, you know, just the little tips that I give you, I hope one day that I do actually inspire somebody to hang in there, keep going forward, and don't expect your bank account to show that you've made $1,000 in 1 month. Unless you've got the product to make that and the time to spend to promote that. If you're just doing clothing sales or, you know, $5 to $10 items like I am, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. But I think putting all your eggs in one basket is a bad idea. I would suggest that you spread out just a little bit. Once you get the hang of eBay, if that's where you started. If not, if you started on Posh, once you get the hang of Posh, go to eBay. Once you get the hang of eBay, go to Posh. If you don't sell clothing, go to McCarty. I believe that's how you say it, McCarty. You can sell stuff. And Macari, I'm going to get the name right. I really will. Or open a second eBay store, you know, spread your stuff around just a little bit. It's taken me forever. If you go way back to my shows, I wanted to hit 400 listings, like in the first 3 months. That was unrealistic. I don't know what I was thinking. Right now, guys, I am at 500 listings. I just sold some more things this morning and last night, and so I'm back down again. So I'm going to get over that 500 mark. I really am. But anyway, all right, guys, I was hoping to make this short and sweet, but it seemed to go about 20 minutes, and I do apologize for that. But I'll be back next week, and I'll show you a few things. And I've got some tricks and tips to show you too. I have been doing some research on some, I told you I want to do vintage. Been doing some research and I've got a few tips and tricks to show you. Got a few bugs to work out, so I want to show you right now. So hang in there with me and we'll do it next week. But anyway, guys, this is Cindy and the Resale Remedy, and I will see you next week. Y'all have a great 4th of July. Take care. Bye-bye.